Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Reese number 340. This is a piece of bronze weatherstrip. Reese calls it spring bronze. I would prefer to call it V-cushion. And Reese also calls it a lock strip. You could certainly use this as a lock strip and use it in conjunction with their larger 350 series bronze material, but this is also very typical and common bronze weather stripping. It just happens to be a smaller footprint than the larger 350. You can search the site for Reese 350 and find that other item. Now, spring bronze or V cushion. Spring bronze is really more so the weather stripping that will come in a roll and will generally look more like, well, it's terrible, but more like that is how it will kind of look. It is something that has a small little kick to it, a couple of kicks or profiles that allows it to compress when the door is closed, but it's not in the shape of a V. V cushion is obviously derived from its shape, so I would prefer to call it V cushion only because that's what I know it as. Lock strip. Now, this is the smaller version compared to the 350. In the area where you have on the strike jamb of the frame, you'll run either your V cushion or your spring bronze. You'll have an interrupt or a disconnect where you have to cut that material around the strike plates of the deadbolt and lock, typical residential application. You would use the smaller lock strip because it will allow you to fit it in behind where the strike prep is, so that you don't have a loss of continuity of weather stripping, is how that would actually work. And let me draw something here for you. Okay, now the material is so small, but if you have a frame application where your door, and again very exaggeratedly, is going to swing, okay, like that, that's where the little V cushion or the lock strip will end up installing, because it will, and of course I've separated that out significantly to show that to you, but that's an application of where you might use it. Some people, you don't really see it, but other lock strips will look like an inside corner with another return back that will go in the inside corner between the stop face and the jamb. But in terms of Reese's offering for lock strips, this is it, and that's where you use those. Some people will use these on window installations as well. Anywhere where the dimensional properties of this suit your application, so be it. Now, there is an image below this video showing the important dimensional properties, and let's go over it now. An overall width is 1930 seconds, so that's basically 9/16, right? Very close to that. This is measuring 0.589 wide in terms of the overall width. The width of the smaller leg that they show at 3/8, that is 0.362. 0.362, so just smaller than 3/8. Quite negligibly smaller, 0.362. Now they've got an overall height of it uncompressed at 3/16. Yeah, that's for sure not correct at all. This is going to be closer to 0.295 inch, so heavy on 1/4 inch, but it will compress down quite significantly. I mean, I can pinch that over, and that's going to get down to a very small amount. I wouldn't say a 1/16, that'd be tight, but for sure less than an 1/8. Now, this happens to be a 36-inch length that we have here. It is available on the site in lots of different lengths, everything from 2 foot to 8 foot lengths. You can order any size you want. You can order the next longest piece and just trim it to the size that you need. It's literally cut on just like a utility shear. So however you like. Ordering shorter lengths is better than ordering long lengths for freight charges, shipping damage. If you know that you're going to do a 3 foot by 6'8", and that bottom piece, you don't need it any longer than 48 inch, order it 48 inch rather than order a continuous piece of 80 inch, because you know that you're going to cut it and then insert a lock strip in. So order the shorter lengths, it's more beneficial. And then of course you have that same condition at the hinge side as well. I've seen people just literally run it right down the face of the hinges, and that's how it goes on. Nails are inherently included with these. They come with them, you don't have to ask. The quantity of nails is generally allowing you about every 5 inch on center. They might recommend closer, but then you have to order extra nails. The nails are 18 gauge, 3/4 inch steel wire, brass plated nails that have like what they would call a wafer head. It's a much larger head than what a little brad like this would have, and that's because you don't want to puncture through the weather stripping. Use on wood doors or wood casement windows. Casement windows are windows that are literally hinged like a door. They just call them casement. You can also use it on a steel frame, but you need to order some specialty screws that we have a link to there. The material thickness is 6/1000ths of an inch, and that's common for this material. Actually, you know, I do want to check that. 99 out of 100 people will not even be concerned about the material thickness, but that one person will be. And Reese doesn't indicate the thickness in their website. Pardon me, in their product catalog. It's hard to get a accurate reading because they've cut that material, and the end of the material is going to be micro torn over, but the caliper's telling me 0.01, which is going to be quite close to 0.006, so reasonably it's going to be 0.006. This is just a roll-formed piece of product. It's going to go through a special machine that will give it its exact profile. It's called a roll former. I estimate the gap coverage to be conservatively between 3/32 of an inch and an eighth, but given the fact that this is a much wider piece, you'll be able to extend that out to probably 3/16 would be a better, more accurate sort of range. Although when you get to a gap that large, you're not going to have gaps. You know, you're not going to have an operating door that has such a significant gap, although you could. There is finally a link below this video to a document called Product Catalog that will allow you to review the single page from the catalog that shows the spring bronze that Reese offers, the 340, the bigger 350, then their DKB3, that's a kit of material comprised of the same subcomponents, nails, 340, 350, and in the lengths that are listed there. In conclusion, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all the Reese products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, along with a link to the full product catalog. The summary of Reese is this: if you're looking for excellent quality, excellent dark bronze anodized finish, they have an excellent dark bronze anodized finish, and you're looking for weather stripping that is literally, in my opinion, going to look every bit as good as that $2,000 exit device on the door, Reese is the go-to. They have a nice comprehensive offering of shapes and sizes that you'll be able to solve your problems. And what I note, because I weigh all the pieces that come here so that I can record the actual weight, Reese material just simply, foot per foot, inch per inch, weighs more. That's because their extrusions are thicker. That is an advantage. So that's where you're going to end up using Reese. If you have any questions on the Reese number 340, bronze V-cushion weather strip, or any other Reese product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you very much.